Welcome to T2T Boxing in association with KO Clothing and IFL TV. Here with me today, I'm joined by Lucas Big Daddy Browne. Thanks for joining us, Lucas.
Thank you, mate.
Fresh off a win a week and a half ago now, or 2 weeks ago now, with on the Channel 9 card against Julius Long, a very sort of awkward 7'1" opponent. What you sort of take away from the fight, and how do you feel that fight went?
It was only a week ago.
So a long week.
I could tell because of my hand, but basically it was a fight I needed. I've had basically 9 months off, so it was something I really needed. He came to fight. He was fit. He was ready.
Yep.
He'd come off a split decision, I think it was, against Izu, which is Joey Parker's teammate.
Yep.
So he was fit and ready to go. So I think everyone was expecting me to sort of knock him over in 3-4 rounds, something like that. But having cracked my thumb in the first round didn't really help the situation. But it gave me the rounds under my belt and a hard fight that I needed, I think.
Yeah, and you say you haven't had much practice. I don't think anyone's had much practice against someone of that size. And
no.
Was that a big sort of factor in the fight going that long?
Well, lately I've been sparring a lot of people that are around the 6 foot mark, and lefties as well. Obviously I've got Shigeev that I'm working on and everything else. So it was a very different thing for me to go from a 6 foot lefty to a 7'1" righty, and it really did sort of show, I think, on the night. Yeah,
I think it was just awkward getting behind that jab. It was just so long.
Yeah. He was awkward. He was generally awkward. He even switched to lefty every now and then, and it was awkward at the time.
And obviously you say picked up that injury in the first round. How is the hand that sort of healing up now?
Basically, it's a cracked thumb, so it's not like broken, ruined, but 3 to 4 weeks of rest, so I can basically work on my left side anyway, and cardio, everything else. I can still do my abs and legs and running, and so it'll be okay. It'll just mean I won't throw my right hand for about a month.
And so you mentioned the cardio and stuff there, and so compared to a year ago when we first started chatting, you're looking very, very lean these days. Is that I know that's been part of the plan. Is that continuing? Have you got a sort of
Yeah, definitely. I like how you said lean, that's good, but me personally, I'm never really happy with the way I look. I think I should be at least another 5 kilos lighter. I'd like to get down to 110 if I could, but I'm finding it harder. So 115 was still good for me. It's been one of the lightest I've ever weighed in at. And I think the good thing about the fight as well, I was lighter, but then I got sort of better as the rounds went on. So you still look from 5, 6, 7, 8. I actually got better, and the consistency of the punches was still there. The volume of the punches was still there. So taking that into a 12-round fight is something I've been working on, and I think it's come through on that one.
Yes, I know fitness has been something that you've always been working on, and we've always been speaking about it. Do you feel that is getting there, and you're keeping your power throughout those later rounds now?
Slowly but surely. I think I've been under Jeff Fennick while I've been here in Sydney, and I think he wants me to fight inside, and for my purposes, I want to go back to the way I used to fight, which is a bit more outside, a bit more explosive, stuff like that. I've thrown too many punches against like Chauncey Welliver and Long, and I think the power's dropped a little bit because I'm inside too much. I think I need to come outside and explode a bit more in, much like Wilder does.
Get that overhand right going again.
Yeah.
Okay, and with regards to opponents, I know. So we're waiting for the Shigeev fight, and we'll get onto that. But is there anyone else in mind at the moment, or are we just waiting for the Shigeev fight now? So it's picked up little injuries in that one. Is that something you want to risk again?
If Hatton has his way, I'd basically sit there until sort of March next year and wait for Shigeev. But I want to keep fighting. So obviously, we've got a month off for this. So we're looking I'm looking November, December to have another fight before Christmas. Obviously, it's money for Christmas, all that sort of stuff. But just to keep me busy, and then look at the Shigeev one after that. So I believe it's October 17th. The Equendo Shigeev thing might be taking place. We'll see how that goes, and then at least I know a better date after that. But I want to get another one before Christmas.
Has there anyone been mentioned? Any sort of potential opponents that are in the pipeline?
At this stage, no. And again, it won't be a big name because they don't want to. Hatton won't want to threaten anything with the WBA world title looming, all that sort of stuff, mandatory. So it'll be another warm-up fight, if you want to call it that. One fight I do want to have though is Chisora. He seems to be talking a lot of shit at the moment, and fingers and all the rest of it, which is great. But I haven't been told about any contracts being sent over or any talks or anything like that. So he can talk as much shit as he wants. For £150,000. I'd take the fight today.
Yeah, absolutely.
With my hand like this.
And I think that fight would sell very well, say on both sides. I know, so your following in the UK is huge, and he's obviously been in some great battles as well. So I think,
for the fans, just in general, I'd do it in UK as well, because I think that you get a much bigger turnout over in UK. But I think it's definitely a fight that everyone wants to see. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's been out for a while now, and looking to sort of ease his way back into those big fights.
That's right. Yeah.
And he's obviously had battles with Tyson Fury and David Haye. And do you think he's still got it in the tank after so many of those tough battles, or?
I personally don't think so. I think his chin might be gone a little bit. But again, the power is the last thing to go. So at the same time, he can still throw a punch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think he's more like the gatekeeper at the moment. I think he's a very high level gatekeeper, obviously. But if you beat him, you're on your way. If you can't beat him, then you've got something to sort of work on.
Yeah, perfect. And so going back to the Haye fight, and every time I've seen you for the past 9 months, we've spoken about this. But has there been any updates? I know you've got the Oquendo fight coming up. So once that's done, we'll maybe have a date in mind. But is there any way that he can wriggle out of that any longer, or is that definitely going to happen in March?
I honestly don't know. I hope Oquendo fights him and wins.
Yeah.
And then I'll fight Oquendo. It'll just be easier. I mean, we won't have to worry about any gangsters and crap and all the rest of it. So hopefully it goes ahead, and hopefully Oquendo gets a bit more time to prepare. I don't think he had enough time last time, and there was a lot of bullshit going on with family issues,
a lot behind the scenes.
Yeah, so hopefully this time they just fight. They just prepare and fight and have a good turnout, and then I'll fight the winner.
And are you tempted to go out there and sit ringside and watch that one, or is it too far to go from
there? Not really.
Yeah.
Unless Ricky wants to pay for it, but no, I'm not going anyway. Yeah.
And so looking elsewhere around the heavyweight scene, sticking with the UK, got David Haye looks likely to be making his comeback very, very soon, and huge name around the world.
Yeah.
Is that a fight down the line that you'd be excited by?
I think for sure. Something like, even if have a defence, if I win the WBA title and have a defence against David Haye, that'd be a massive fight. Someone like that. People are calling out me to fight Price and things like that, where unfortunately I think for Price to fight me right now would be the worst thing he could ever do. He's had 3 big knockouts, and it'll be 4 against me.
People probably don't punch as hard as yourself as well, you'd say.
Yeah. So Tony Thompson was a lefty, and it's always awkward with the lefty. But I think fighting me would be the wrong thing.